Hello, everyone! Welcome to Newly Forged. Thanks for waiting while we finished up a quick little player chat we had to take care of. But, hello! I am Jared. Welcome to Newly Forged. Thank you for being here. Big shout out to Fumble Folks for following us over the past week. So, Fumble Folks, thank you. We are down a spoot. Hopefully, Matt will be able to make it in a little bit. He had to travel for work today, so he's hopefully going to meet up with us in the near future. In the meantime, let's go around and intro our lovely players who are here and tell everyone who you are, who your character is, and tell us today, what is your character's favorite festival food? Favorite festival food, county fair food, anything like that. And let's start up in the corner
Knew you
with
was me.
Mike.
That's me. Hello, everyone. My name is Mike. I play Defect, Warforged Barbarian. And if Defect were walking through a festival, favorite festival food? I mean, like, again, Defect is not one for eating, but I know if someone offered me cider donuts, I'd be happy.
Ooh,
For Defect, cider donuts.
That's a solid choice.
nice. I dig it. Very cool. And moving down to the next frame, Amber. Hi, you're here.
Hello, that's me. I am Amber, and I play Greg, the Goblin Artificer. And candy apples. They're shiny, they're red, they're sweet, they're crunchy, and you could hurt somebody with them if you really wanted.
True.
All true. I dig it. Very cool. That's a good answer. I like it. Hopping
It came
along.
to me fast.
That's the best way. Hopping right along to Tanner.
Hi, I'm Tanner. I'm playing Adis, the Human Ranger. I'm currently trying to fix my camera. Festival food, I would say fried okra.
Ooh, interesting.
I love me some fried okra.
I never think of fried okra as like a festival food, but like,
That's the only time I can find it anymore.
really? Huh.
At least good fried okra.
Fair enough.
Could
Cool.
make it. It's not that hard.
It
I
does.
could, but I don't know. After living down in the deep south, it's just not the same.
I guess.
Yeah. I think the secret to a good fried okra is the like double battering process, because otherwise it gets a really limp and milky.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was great. I love it. Let's do a little recap and dive right in to today's episode of Newly Forged. Episode 49 today. Next week's the big 5-0. And next week might also be our 1 year anniversary. But I'd have to check on that.
Really?
We're pretty
Wow.
close,
Wow.
Here. Wow.
yeah. So we'll have to find out. I've got it in chat, waving the Pikachus, giving the hype. Thanks, I've got it. Always nice to see you, my friend. All right. Well, last time here on Newly Forged, the party battled and fought and through hard effort defeated the trio of hags beneath Deep Ruin Run. They returned the captain and the spoils to the ship, the Prevailer, and set for Fay Harbor, as well as freeing another little fishman that was held captive by the name of Swish. Swish. Spoot took advantage of Adis's portal opening latch blade and went on ahead to discuss some of his concerns with Archivist Sita Malore, who was and Sita was able to rely, or to, there's words
Relay.
there. Relay, thank you. Sata was able to take care of most of Spoot's concerns after hearing the tale and investigating the strange tablet that the group had discovered. The next eve, the party docked and were met by both Spoot and the Commodore, who agreed that the mission was well done indeed and paid them 500 gold pieces and the drift globe he had promised them. The captain herself also gifted them 400 gold from her personal account for saving her life from the Kraken. And now, loaded down with treasures and gold, the party has set off, Kaelin joining them, to the above decks to celebrate, to rest, to have fun, and prepare themselves for the festivities of Foundation Day, which begins the next day at dawn. So, you have all decided to head off to the above decks, Kaelin in tow. Is there anything else you plan on doing this evening?
I just want to say, sending Spoot ahead, actually, in this case, is a really good way for him to not be here today.
Well, Spoot is with you now.
Oh.
Remember, he joined up with the when the ship docked?
I don't remember.
Well, he did.
Never mind then.
I have an excuse. Come on, Tanner.
But anyway, so you all head over to the above decks, and on the way you can see that there are people like setting up carts or like putting the final touches on stages that have been erected over the last couple of days. It seems like various squares or like not town centers, but like those kinds of things, cul-de-sacs, have been swept clean and are being put out with like a dance floor, which is mostly just like pieces of thin wood with like a carpet over them, but it looks like people are getting ready to celebrate something fun and exciting. But yeah, you make it to the above decks. It is lively. It is full of energy. There's all sorts of people in here. And it's up to you. Are you going to like, my question is, do you want to accomplish anything today, or do you want to just get your long rest in?
I mean, we could probably just pawn the items that we got, the pearl sword. And I forget what the other one was. Matt was the one that wrote it down because he was running. Or was it Mike?
I wrote it all down onto Greg's item list, so it should all be there.
I see it.
But I think I have it written down too. Piece of paper somewhere.
Pearl sword.
Yeah, I forgot to
Oh,
keep track of the money because Greg always keeps track of the money.
I know, but I wrote it down. Were those totals, or were those like to be split among us, or was that each?
Totals.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We can decide to split, or I can just put it in the joint account.
Well, there's 4 of us, so I vote for the saving the captain. We can each take 100, but then put 100 in party funds.
Okay, so
No.
we each get 200, and 100 goes into the bank.
How much was the?
900 total.
Yeah, 900.
Yeah, you got 500 from the Commodore for the job, and then the captain gave you another 400 in gratitude for saving her.
Oh, she gave us 400. I thought she gave us 500.
No, the Commodore commissioned you for 500.
Okay, right. So yeah, I would say we could put 100. What do you guys want to do? 100 in party funds?
Makes it easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so 200 then.
Great. You can all update your inventory of gold in such a way. It is evening, so like all the like shops where you could try to sell these other items are closed at the moment.
Yeah,
Of course.
And
we'll do the selling.
and tomorrow is like big festival day, so probably won't be open in a lot of places. But that's okay.
I mean, I feel like shit. You know, just generally speaking, I'm gonna go stumble upstairs and curl up with all the pillows around me.
Okay, yeah. You can absolutely do
Seasick?
that.
Huh?
Are you feeling seasick?
No, I don't think so. Just
We had two long
if I
rests
had
on
to
the
put a
boat.
number on it.
Yeah, you did have 2 long rests since the
Okay,
battles.
so this should be updated. Okay,
Yeah.
great. I was like, I feel really bad right now. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, we got 2 long rests on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna hang out. That's a dog.
And eat and dine, or dine and drink.
Yeah. Between all of you, it's easy enough to do. With the rooms, it's probably like 5 or 6 gold a person. Um,
I feel like these prices keep going up.
they didn't. They've been pretty consistent. That's including the rooms, though. It's so.
Oh, okay. It's like 6 gold for a room. I feel like it was like 2 before.
Yeah, it's 2 for the room, and then like another 4 gold worth of food and drinks and whatever. So,
Gotcha.
Adis, assuming you are going back to your apartment with
Yes.
with Kaylin, then you don't have to spend that 2 gold on the room.
Woohoo! I'll spend 2 extra gold on alcohol.
Fine, that's good. That's fine.
That's what I mean. What does that get me? Like 1 drink,
No, it gets you quite a few, depending on what you want. If you
liquor,
want,
not ale. Gross.
well, again, depends on the quality you want. But this place serves pretty good stuff, so you probably get a couple of, at least 3 drinks out of another 2 gold, I think.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So,
So 6 each.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead. I would like everybody to make a perception check for me. At disadvantage because there's so much going on. You're eating, you're drinking.
Not that.
My
rolled
face is
1
in a
and
mug.
2.
Oh no.
My face
Although, I mean,
is
I
in a
can't.
mug.
Okay.
Let's just try to save myself.
Nope. So Greg
12.
with a 4, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Defect with a 10, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Adis with a -1, you are a little distracted because Kaylin is being very husbandy tonight, kind of under the table.
Is that the word we're using?
He's not being like crude, but he is like, squeezing your knee and like patting your thigh and whatever.
Stop being husbandy. Someone's about to get stabbed. Defect gets shanked.
Yeah, you all have good meals, good drinks, and you can head on up to your bed, go back to the apartment, and you have a pleasant night. So you get in another long rest.
Thank God I have all my hit dice back now.
G. Ryan, hi there. Welcome into the chat. Good to see you. So you all get your long rest in. You wake up the next day. You all wake up at dawn to the sound of ringing bells all throughout the city. It seems like every place that has a bell is being rung. It's just bong, 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 like constantly at the break of dawn.
I pile pillows over my head.
Yeah. So you hunker down into the pillows. Spoot like sticks his head out of his shell to like look around and figure out what's going on. Defect, you definitely hear it all because you don't actually like go into full sleep mode. You have like a light sleep thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so you hear all this bell ringing and stuff as well. And you've never really heard anything like this before, probably.
I've never heard a bell before, or like
You've
never
heard
been
like
part-
a bell ringing, but this is like throughout the entire city. It's a cacophony of bells.
All right.
And it's certainly never
I feel
happened
like-
in Fey Harbor yet.
I was about to say, I feel like Defect got hit by Toll the Dead at some point, so he's had to have heard bells.
I am intrigued by all of this, so I'll leave Greg to sleep, and we'll venture outside to see if anything's happening on the streets yet.
Yeah. You head out, and people are starting to come out of their various domiciles, and you can see like most of them are heading just towards the nearest section of the city wall. It doesn't seem like they're armed or in like armor or anything, and they are mostly in like really kind of nice clothing actually, and kind of bright colors, loose fitting, comfortable. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
This is exciting to Defect. So Defect will start marching with the crowd, and during this, he will awkwardly match speed with someone close to him and be like, "Where are we going?"
Not that.
Cool. Just make a straight charisma check for me.
Okay.
Our party's good at those.
Yeah. Actually,
I think you have a 0. I have a
A
-1.
0, yeah, is better than -1.
But that's not great either.
So you see these two people walking next to you, and you just kind of shove your head between theirs and ask, "What's going on?" And they like jump and freak out because one, you scared the shit out of them, and two, you are Defect and massive and strange looking and not something they're used to. You notice that the male one kind of starts pulling at the front of his pants, like, "Oh shit, now I need to change." And they just kind of look at you and they're like, "We're going to the wall. Bye." And they just kind of like weave back into the crowd, perhaps to go change the front of or to change his pants. You scared the piss out of him, so good job. Meanwhile, back at Kaylin and Adis's place, Adis, you are awoken. Both of you are awoken by this cacophony of bells, and you both like bong stand like, or at least Kaylin like wakes right up, bolt upright in bed at the sound of all these bells going off.
Take the pillow, I flip it around, and I just put it over my head.
Nice.
It's too early.
He looks down at you. He's like, "I don't think it's going to stop." It's fine. You stay. I'll make something. And he kind of like grumpily gets out of bed and walks out of the room and heads into the little kitchenette area to make whatever he's going to make.
I think if I'm hungover or not.
With a 12, nah, you're okay. You're a little like dry mouthed, but you're not like super hungover.
Okay. I was wondering about these bells and how much they would hurt.
I mean, there is not a bell tower directly above Kalen's, because remember he has that apartment on the edge of that little park. So it's just more that a lot of it is carrying at the moment.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, then I'll just like eventually get out of bed and head for breakfast.
Yeah, you share a meal together. And then you notice that there is something on the counter, or the little table that you're eating on, wrapped in brown paper.
It's anthrax. I guess I will open said suspicious paper envelope thing.
Yeah, it's like it's probably about like 12 to 16 inches square. Like it's fairly large. And as soon as you pick it up and touch it, you can tell that it's soft, whatever it is. And Kaylin watches as you open it up.
Insight check.
Go for it. Make an insight check. With advantage because he's your husband.
$24.
With a 24, Kaylin is anticipatory of you opening this package.
Should I be concerned?
That's up to you.
Oh, Jesus. All right, I'll continue to open.
You open it up, and inside is a very nice set of casual like comfortable wear in like traditional Lycosian festival garb style.
Cute. I have no idea what this looks like.
It's
Yeah.
going out close.
So it's so you pull it up and you hold it up and you can see that it's kind of like a deep cut tunic with embroidered like not shoulder pads but like pieces that go over the shoulders that are inlaid with designs that look like leaves and vines and trees and that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like 3/4 sleeves, wrapped or hemmed with like some kind of metallic looking thread, just for like a little design accent.
Mm-hmm.
In a color that is very flattering, but all of the metallic threads are gold to match your eye.
Cute. Is it like it's leather or cloth?
It's cloth.
Okay.
You know, it's not battle gear. It is just traditional, like, it's a day of rest and fun. And so this is what we would wear. And as soon as you look at it and you look up at Kalen, you see him smiling. He's like, I thought you might want something relaxing for days like today.
I wasn't expecting this. It's much different than my armor.
I told you I
Sure.
had a surprise.
Yeah. I am surprised. Go put this on.
Yeah, you put it on and it fits you almost like a glove. It's almost like you were poured into it, except it's not that revealing. It's comfortable, but it flares at like the sleeves flare a little bit at the 3/4 line. The trousers are in a similar style. And it all feels very comfortable, and it reminds you very much of like what people wore to your wedding or on holy days of Melora and such things like that.
Okay. So I'm fancy today.
Yeah, you look really good. And so you come out and Kaylin is smiling at you and you look really good.
Thank you. I feel pretty.
You always are pretty. And
Thank you.
And he comes up to you and puts his hands around your waist and gives you a kiss and then says, "Let me change." And goes into the room, comes out, and he is in a similar style, except his matches his skin coloring much better. But all of his trimming is also gold to match your eye.
Not the matching outfit.
They don't look identical in different colors. They just look of a similar style in complementary colors.
I was gonna say that's like the one thing about being like couples I hate, the matching costume or outfit. Oh.
No, they complement each other, but they don't like match.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah, me and my husband literally wear the same clothes. It's bad.
But he looks at you and he says, "I hope I remembered them right. It's been a while, and honestly, it was an investment to get someone to make these. I hope yours fits okay. I had to kind of guess."
No, it fits great. Thank you. I didn't imagine I'd see something like this again. It's pretty. Is it close? Because I've been around a little, or I wasn't around a little. I didn't spend 20 years out of the ice. It's only been a year, so
yeah.
I don't know if my memory would be better. Like how much does it match?
It's pretty close. Like, you know,
Okay.
it is not the exact thing. Like, it's obviously there have been licenses taken, and a few things are not like what the master weavers would have done in Lycos, but it's pretty close. Especially when you consider that Kalen was not like a fashionista guy. He was a much simpler, plain type of person, but he tried to dress up for important occasions. So,
Gotcha.
it matches what you would imagine someone like that would think of clothes they wore 20 years ago.
Right. Well, shall we go find everybody?
Yeah, it'll be fun. And he grabs your arm and leads you off, and you head out into the streets. Defect, back to you. You have made it to one of the walls of the
can
city.
I hide a dagger anywhere in this?
Sure.
Okay. I gotta have one weapon. I can't go without any, nothing.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So Defect, you go and you have made it to this wall of the city, and you see everybody kind of milling about, and slowly you realize that as a procession is happening, right against the wall, people are becoming quieter as the procession gets closer. And you see this procession of people against the wall in brown and kind of taupe colored robes, with metal pauldrons almost, but they're not sharp and angular for battle. They're just decorative.
Mm-hmm.
But they're very shiny. And they are moving along the wall, and you see that one of them, in particular, whose outfit is a little more ostentatious, is running her hands along the wall as they walk, and stopping every so often, and muttering under her breath, and making a note to someone, and then turning to address the crowd. And you can see that she is a half-elven woman. And when she gets to the section of the wall close by you, she mutters under her breath and then turns to address the crowd. This section of wall is solid and secure, and will keep Fey Harbor safe in Arathis' blessings for another year. And the crowd claps, and, there's a few, head bobs, and a few, praise Arathis! And then she continues on down to the next section of wall and repeats the process.
Okay.
And as soon as, she kind of gets out of sight, people start filtering away from the wall and heading back towards the interior of the city.
I'm going to do my best not to scare the next person I talk to, but whoever is nearby, I want to ask, what was that about? And where are we going next?
Yeah. This half-orc man kind of looks up to you because you're not as intimidating to him because he's almost of your height.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's Cerise Maldive. She's the Build Warden. She's the High Priest of Arathis, the goddess of civilizations and cities and building, I guess. It's the yearly celebration of the founding of Fey Harbor. She walks along, inspects the wall, and blesses it, and, Does that make sense? Does that answer your question?
I'm picking up what you're putting down, yes. But what happens next?
Well, it's going to take her a while to complete the inspection. She started at dawn, but she's usually done by midday, and that's when the real party begins. Now's the time for meeting up with friends, having a bit of breakfast or that kind of thing. But once the bells ring again, it's going to be party time. There's going to be dancing and music, and people are probably setting up games and contests and food stalls and vendors and all kinds of stuff. So it's a fun little festival day. It's going to be great, no matter where you are in the city.
Mm-hmm. Upon hearing about how people are going to part and meet up now for breakfast with friends, Defect will say, correct, right. I should head back now, in fact, to meet my friends. Thank you, Orcman.
Oh, you can just call me Calvin. But yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Calvin. I am Defect.
Well, happy Foundation Day.
Thanks. I want to reach for his hand, like a hand. I'm gonna do a handshake with him.
Yeah,
But like, you know that scene from Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers? I want it to look like that. I want to
okay.
see if he wants to like start flexing his muscles against my muscles, and like,
So he takes your hand. I would like you to make a persuasion check to see if you can get across what you are hoping for silently.
okay,
With a 15, yeah, you get it across, and so like you grab his hands, and then you're doing like the flex thing, and like he's muscly by genetics, but he's not. He doesn't work out like you do.
Mhm.
But yeah, you get a pretty good handshake out of him.
Great. I'll be like, I'll say, it's a nice handshake, Calvin. Till we meet again.
Yeah,
Uh,
have fun, defect.
and I'll walk away. I'll walk back to the inn and see if Spoot and Greg are awake.
Yeah. Spoot is definitely awake and down at the table. It looks like he was out and about checking things out as well. What about Greg? Or have they come out of their burrow yet?
What time is it now? Like mid-morning?
I mean, it's still kind of early. It's maybe like 7.
All right. Greg is probably up in the room still, like doodling and pondering this new item, the rod.
Okay.
Just doodling and looking at it, leisurely morning.
Yeah, it is a long metallic rod of like a greenish kind of silvery metal. There's a couple buttons on it, and the rod is fashioned in a way that it looks like charging horses at either end.
Ooh, cute.
Doodling it, looking at it, thinking about it.
Okay.
Suspicious.
So, Defect, as you are approaching, you can see Spoot is also walking into the tavern. You don't see Grig as you walk into the above decks. But Adis, with your incredible eyes, you do notice the bulking form of Defect entering the bar, the inn.
I feel like Defect could see me too.
He wasn't looking for you.
Nice.
Yeah. He saw my pores. He didn't see me.
Yeah, like, so the way Defect's eyes works is he can see for far distances, but that doesn't mean he notices everything.
That's true. Okay.
Your eyes are trained to notice things.
Fair. Let's go.
But you do notice also, Adis, that like there's people like milling around, kind of like on your and Kalen's walk over. People are milling around, kind of like people like waiting for something to open. There's people pushing carts that look like they're going to open up into like to sell something all over the place. You definitely see musicians like getting into position at various like locations where dancing is going to happen. It's obviously like people are getting ready to start whatever this party is going to be. And you can sense the excitement and anticipation on the air. And kind of surprisingly in Kalen as well.
Kalen, you like this festival?
Honestly, I've never been here for it before, but I've heard of it. But this is the first time in 20 years I've had something to be happy about.
Oh god, that's so mushy.
I know.
Mushy stuff.
Don't think you're getting through the day without dancing with me.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Good. And he kind of winks at you and just squeezes you little a little bit, and off you walk. So Spoot, Defect, and Adis and Kalen are all down in the bar. There's not like a lot of like business right here, but there's like still a hum of activity from the other people who are staying in the above decks. It seems like a lot of people from like outer villages and whatever have come into Fay Harbor for this event, for this celebration. But yeah. So that's going on. And you can see that Vidar is like bustling around people and like talking up, like, you know, people are asking him like, where do we go for the best dancing? Where do we go for the best whatever? And he's like giving them his best shots, and he's like, but always come back here for a drink, mate. You know, it's the way to be, right? Because, you know, you were here for the evening, you're going to come back, you want a nice soft bed to sleep in. So, like, he's promoting other people, but he's also, like, promoting himself and being that kind of guy.
Promoting Fight Club.
Yeah. He is, well, you're not there, but he is not mentioned. He has not mentioned the fisticuffs ring to anybody else at the moment.
Good, because you're not supposed to mention it.
Yeah, it's still a little hush-hush.
Rule 1 about Fight Club. Fight Club.
But yeah. So
I go and order mimosas.
Yep, they come out. It seems that he's hired a few extra servers for the day. And so and another bartender as well, which is unusual because normally he does all the bartending. Mm-hmm. But it seems like he's got some help behind the bar as well.
I mean, with a holiday, I don't doubt needing it.
Yeah. Eventually he makes his way over to the three of you and says, welcome. Good morning. I see you all again. Hope you slept well. Where's the little one? Where's Griggy?
Defect? Where's Greg? What did you do to Greg?
Look, Greg back up in the room. Greg was smothering themselves with the pillows because of the bells.
I guess if Greg, you're not used to it,
I get that. I did the same thing. I'll go get Greg. Can I get 4 mimosas for myself? And then I'll be right back, and I'll go up and get Greg.
Just get a whole pitcher.
Yeah, he calls over to the person behind the bar to set him up for you.
Unless they have bottomless. If it's bottomless, we'll do bottomless. Holiday.
We'll see what can happen here. You head on up there to the room, knock on the door.
Hanging upside down on the rod, counting in Draconic. Or reciting the Draconic, practicing Draconic upside down on the rod.
I kick the door open. Police, open up!
Now. In Draconic.
Yes, in Primordial.
So yeah,
you're here too.
Yeah, you open and you see Greg. Are you hanging upside down from the rod?
Yeah, like a monkey bar.
All right, so their feet their knees are up in the air over it, and their head is like inches off the ground.
Quiet, Fern. Poth rock something. I have to look at my notes to remember the Draconic I practiced.
Greg is 10-year-old me on the playground.
Spent.
Greg, come on. It's breakfast time.
What? Oh, okay. You're all here? Fine.
Yep.
Fine.
And I'm already ordering drinks. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, so you flip off the off the rod, and Adis, you see it's just hanging in midair until Greg reaches up and pushes a button, and it seems to just like as though whatever they did just brought it right out with them.
That is odd and
Mine.
fascinating. That's fine. I don't need that.
We could try
Alright.
something with science. Maybe. We have to think of a good experiment.
I mean, see how many people can break their knees on it? I don't know.
Hmm.
Just
Would it float
activate it in
away?
the middle of the crowd.
Would it float away in the astral plane like everything else floats around, but with this? Because it doesn't seem to want to move.
I mean, I don't know, but I also don't know if I technically open up the same location every time.
Oh, so we'd have to. Well, I mean, I guess. That's true.
Yeah.
You could watch it for 30 seconds.
Sure. But it'd be really funny to place that down somewhere and have people trip over it.
I think that's the simplest of options. Yes, but we have
That's
to be a little
funny.
more interesting than that.
I
That's a
love
good
this.
We can start, and we'll see where the day takes us.
You give the party a powerful magical item, and they use it to cause elementary school pranks. I love it.
Yep. Pranks and mayhem.
Yep.
All right. Well, hey, you're gonna have an immovable rod. You may as well trip some folk.
Yeah.
A lot of folk potentially.
So
But
you
best of
all,
just put it in front of a crowd. Everybody's going down.
yeah, you all meet up down at the table. You're all there, eating, having mimosas. Yeah. What is it you would like to do? Vidar has told you that there, where he thinks the best like dancing or food vendors or like various games and challenges might be. So
Do you know of any like maybe strange item procurers or market stalls that might open up?
well, there's usually a few people who are selling all kinds of knickknacks and curiosities. It all kind of depends. It's kind of a mismatch. It's usually like whatever tinkerers may have, or
Oh, great. There might be other tinkerers.
Excuse me?
I mean, none as skilled as you. Obviously.
what's really popular is actually people buy like small miniature houses, like almost kind of like doll houses, but they're different buildings that are actually in town, and so there's like collect them every year kind of thing.
They're models?
Interesting.
They're not in bottles, no, but they are very popular. Some people spend all year just making a bunch of them. They pick a building, like the Library of Three, for example, and then they make a bunch of little models of it. And then, sure enough, right as rain, sell it out.
They do anything?
Interesting.
No, they're just little knickknacks. I have a couple myself.
Yeah. We have very different tastes, but to each their own.
Well, I'm just saying, it is a celebration of Arathis.
Oh, of course. You said there's oh my god, I'm thinking challenges, games.
Oh,
Games?
yeah.
Is that what it
There's
is?
both. Yeah. There's like dot throwing, bell ringing, stone tossing, ring tossing. They have raffles every so often. Usually costs some money to enter, but you could try your hand at a raffle. There's a steeplechase. There's carriage rides. There's one year someone had a guess the mimic booth, which was weird. Mimics are these little things that can look like anything, but can be kind of dangerous. So most people shied away from it. But there's live music. Oh, if you get a team together, you can participate in the Living Tower. That's kind of fun. There's a sparring ring, and he kind of winks at Defect, and arm wrestling and like regular wrestling.
How
And
long
then
does
there's
this
tons
go
of
on
food.
for?
It's just the day, but
Okay.
different things all over town.
Ooh, guys, we got a lot to do today. Steeplechase sounds fun. I want Defect to throw some rocks.
The human tower, or living tower, sorry, living tower.
Yeah. It's always
That
a
could be
good
the
time.
top.
What is that?
Well,
Please
you get a
explain.
bunch of people together, right? Like you need a team, and you build your tower as high as you can. You climb on top of one another, and whoever's tower stays the longest and has the most people is the winner.
Oh, you're talking like that, like this is Tanner, like the gymnastics or cheerleading thing, like they all
Yeah.
stack. Okay, I thought this was like a battle royale tower.
No. No, it's literally like a pyramid contest,
Gotcha. I don't think my body's very built for that one.
What? Sure it is. You can hold me up, right?
You, but I don't know about these random strangers.
But we're a team.
I mean, unless Spoot wants to be the base with Defect.
Yeah.
But I assume that we'd need to stack more people if we want to win.
How big a team? Is it just
I
how
don't-
long we stay, or is it how
I don't-
high we go?
What, Vidar? What's the record?
Well, I think the most people on a team, the record was something around like 9, and I think the longest a tower ever stayed up was about 5 or 6 people for about an hour or so.
Yeah, that's more than just us, Greg.
Okay.
I mean,
I just
I wouldn't mind helping out.
Well, that's
Says
still
Caleb.
only. Spoot,
5.
Is Spoot still here?
Yeah, Spoot's there.
Well, it's 5 of us.
Well, it looks to me like Defect and Spoot could be
Plus, we have the
base, and
unmovable-
then you and me, and we'll
We
hold up
do
Greg.
have the immovable rod. Greg just acts like it's a cheer baton on top, and it's actually just like hanging.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you all hear bells ringing. It's a little bit. It's around noon by this point, which you've all learned by now. That's the signal for the festival to begin in earnest. And as soon as the bells are done, you can hear music, lively dancing music, being played all around from the street.
Ooh. Have I finished my drinks yet, or do I need to run with my drink?
You finished them, yeah. You've been there a while.
Where do we want to go first? I could probably win the dart throwing.
Is there
Possibly.
an itinerary to all these events happening? Is there a
It's-
Yeah,
schedule?
what if we approach this systematically?
If there is, there's not one listed or posted anywhere.
There's no map.
There's no like you are here, go here for this. It's not a full like
God damn it.
thing. It's like people set stuff up where they set stuff up. So if you walk around, you could make an investigation check to find something specific, or you
We
can
can
just
ask
roll with it.
directions. We can ask directions to the first spot. Where do we want to go?
Yeah, if you wanna like find some like any kind of game or vendor thing is going to be an investigation check, because nobody knows where everything is, so you're going to have to look for it.
Hmm.
But like things like dancing or like other things like that are very easy to find, because the music's playing and people are
Mm.
very interested in that sort of thing.
What do we want to do first?
I think that we go wherever it is that Defect gets to beat people.
Yeah, I like that.
Beat people in competition or beat people?
Yes.
Fair.
Double yes.
Greg, I can maybe help you try to find the arm wrestling booth to start with, because I feel like that'll be kind of near where their other beat people booths are.
Yeah, right? You'd think the games might be mostly together, sorta, kinda? Okay, I'll look. Here, can I sit up on your shoulders? Then I can see
Sure.
over all these people.
Actually, Kalen's taller than me. I'll throw Greg at Kalen.
Okay.
I'm not throwable. I'm 4 feet tall. Come on.
You clamber up on Kalen. He kind of bends down so you can hop on his shoulders, and up you go.
Right.
Make an investigation check to look around for, what is it, arm wrestling?
Yes.
Yeah?
Cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
with a 12, you can see a few like people set up on like upturned barrels with a little crowd around them, and they're arm wrestling.
Are they burly, Greg? Because I feel like they'd have to be burly. Do you see it?
I don't know. I guess they're burly. How burly is burly? What really is burly? Like, you don't look very strong. Are they supposed to be fat? Is that burly?
Burly, like big muscles. Like they look strong. I'm quick.
Oh, okay. Then yes.
Go. All right, let's go.
All right,
Defect
yeah.
to beat people up.
You head on over, and this one like big burly half orc guy like slams down a half elf arm, and the crowd
Oh.
like cheers like woo, and he's like, "All right, who's next? Huh? Come and get it."
The one, the only. Defect.
I like to imagine you guys like push me forward, and I'm like
I
really
totally push you forward.
All right.
I'm sitting on
Awkward.
Kalen's shoulders, like yelling.
All right, so you kind of awkwardly shove Defect into this thing, and Defect, you look around, and these people all go ooh and cheer as the half orc kind of like smiles at you, and he's like, "All right, guy, come on in."
Oh my
I would
God, is it
imagine
Calvin,
Spook. I imagine Spook gives Defect guidance.
right? Bing.
Is it Calvin? Is that the same half orc?
No, it's a different guy.
Just making sure. All right, I step right up to the plate. What's happening?
You sit down. It's a barrel. You each grip each other's arms, other hand behind your back, and it's a contested strength check. So go ahead and make a contested strength check. He's got a +3 to his rolls, so someone dings a little bell, and you go and you get him about at a 45 degree on his turn. Give me another one.
I didn't mean to hit twice.
Okay,
Meanwhile, Greg is
with a
starting to
12,
cheer.
he manages to come back up and kind of push you a little back past center. Go ahead, give me a third.
Do you want to count that third one I accidentally pressed, or?
No, roll for it.
Yes.
Okay, with a 17, you're not gaining any traction, Defect. You're not gaining any, and then your arm starts to get closer and closer to the barrel until the half orc has pinned your arm.
Wait, he pinned my arm?
Yep. He rolled a 20.
Defect, what was that?
The crowd like erupts and cheers like for both of you, and they're like, woo! And he kind of smiles and like pats you on the shoulder. No hard feelings, but you're a strong one.
And again, red. This little harpy scream is what I'm imagining. Defect is getting, or Greg is like getting all, I don't know, squealy.
Yeah, no, defect is sad.
Oh.
Is this what it means to be human? Be sad at things?
Oh, sad.
Oh,
You're
man.
going a different direction with that one.
Wow.
You fought dragons, you fought krakens, and you lost to a half orc.
I know. Defect will slump back towards his friends.
no, Defect, you can do it. It's the first
Defect.
try. It's fine. Don't
Yeah,
get mad.
Out of 3 or something, or
If you want to go again, he'll arm wrestle you again.
Come on, Defect. Just
Like you
use that-
start walking away and you turn your head and you ask him, and he's like, "Sure," and the crowd is like, "Yeah, do it."
all right,
Dad
all right.
get mad.
Let's do it again.
Just
Round
use
2.
that monster strength you got there.
Okay, so he's got a +3, and roll that strength check. He rolls a 15. Oh, right off the bat this time, he's taking advantage of your the blow to your self-confidence.
Oh
and
no.
he gets you pretty far down. Go ahead, give me another one.
All right.
All right, you get a 17. He gets a 14. You find that strength and you pull back up and you start pushing past center.
Can Defect rage for 6 seconds?
It won't help.
Oh.
Go ahead, give me another strength check.
Yeah.
Yes.
He rolled a 6 for a total of 9. So, boom! Defect definitively down on the barrel. You pin this half-orc's arm, and the crowd goes wild again. Yoo!
I pat this guy on his shoulder as well. It's like, one more time then, huh?
Another.
Absolutely. We've got to settle this now. And the crowd cheers. All right, go ahead. Roll that strength check. Ooh, he rolled a dirty 20.
Dang, all right.
All right, so he gets you down with against your 15. Go ahead, give me another one.
Dang.
With a 12, you manage to bend his wrist back a little bit and push back up to like a 45 the other way. He rolled a 5.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
last one.
No.
Oh no! With a natural 1.
Oh no.
Defect.
Died.
Slams me into the ground. That's what he does. He slams me.
Well, here's the
someone just
thing.
Reboot.
So you rolled a natural 1 for a total of 4. He rolled a 2 for a total of 5. So he just barely manages to push back the rest of the way, pinning you. But you are both like exhausted from the like tense battle. It was a lot of back and forth, and you're both like, whew. But he is the victor.
You did better, Defect.
Yeah.
The crowd is like going wild because you put on a really great show, so they're all like cheering and like hooting and hollering. It's a good time.
I'll go.
Defect. Greg starts to cheer again.
I'll go grab Defect. Do you want to go throw some rocks? Will that help?
I'll throw anything.
Okay.
All right,
We'll be here all week.
you head off to somewhere else.
Yeah, I guess the next event or
Something for Defect to take out his frustrations.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Is there table flipping or tire flipping or rock throwing or
Make
tree
an
log tossing?
investigation check, Adis.
What's that Scottish Highland games where they
Caper.
throw an entire goddamn tree?
Caper toss.
The
Caper
caber
toss.
toss.
Caper, yeah.
constitution is very high. Maybe there's a drinking contest
Ooh,
or like a pie eating contest.
that could be fun. We'll look for that one. 16.
With a 16, it takes you not too long, but you do find a place, like it's a little like set up thing with a kind of fence around it, and it's a guy like twirling around and then hucking this like big cornerstone of a rock. Like it looks like it's been worked and chiseled to be like the corner of a building.
Defect, does that look like something that would be fun?
Defect says yes. Mike says I'm probably gonna roll another one on this.
Oh.
But
What if Spook prepared enhanced ability for the day?
I have that too.
Oh, maybe Greg does that secretly. Make him feel better.
no, in the spirit of competition, I want to do this au naturel.
All right, all right.
Okay.
All right,
You
yeah.
got this, Defect.
Yeah, you head on up, and it's this big, like, heavily bearded, like, ox of a man. He's got a big pile of stones there. He's like, "Oh, you want to try to throw a stone?"
The funny voice, such a strong-looking man. All right.
What's wrong with my voice?
Some steroids.
It's perfectly fine. I just don't put on any airs.
I will gladly partake in your game.
Well, all right.
We'll do it. I'll
All right. So
do
stand
it.
here. You can spin up to 3 times, and then you just throw it down as far as you can.
That's what I'll do then. I'll pick up the nearest stone, twirl 3 times, and chuck it.
All right. Strength check.
All right.
All right. With a 20, you get it to sail 20 feet, and it at very close to the end of the little fence that he's built for it.
Okay.
And people are like, "Yeah, woo!" Like, it's a big, heavy stone. It's not light, so. But yeah, it lands in the big, like, bed of hay, like at the 20-foot mark.
May I ask him what the record is?
Well, a couple years ago, we had this big hulking brute like yourself huck it a full 30 feet. So that's pretty good, a 20. Most people get maybe like 10 feet at most.
30, that's some strength.
Actually, on hearing what he just said, do you mean someone who looked exactly like me?
No, just a big, strong fella.
Okay. Just making sure.
I've never seen anything like you before. I don't know what you are, not to be rude.
No offense taken. And with that, he'll pick up another stone, twirl 3 times, then chuck it. Strength check. What? 14.
All right, this time you huck it off and it lands much closer to you, probably about like the 14-foot mark. And it just and the crowd still claps, and they're like, "Woo!" Because it's more impressive than most of them could do.
I will ask the crowd if they want to see one more. What do they say?
They cheer. They're like, "Yeah, do it."
All right. I will do just that then. For the crowd, whirl 3 times.
Yep, and launch. With a natural
Needed the
20.
inspiration.
Natural 20, you wind up and you release, you figured out how this works, and you toss it 3 feet past the original stone at the 23-foot mark. The crowd like roars, like they're like, "Yeah, you did it!" They're very impressed.
I am too. Defect just goes around, just like, flexing his muscles, and
Yeah, you see this big bearded dude running the show, like goes over with a little flag, and like calls a couple helpers over who like pick up the first 2 stones, and he like sticks a little like stanchion at like the 23-foot mark, and writes your name on it, on the flag. And it's like, "All right, that's the record to beat so far today, everybody. 23 feet." And the crowd like roars again.
We'll have to get Defect like a belt of storm giant strength, and then come back to this competition so he can beat the 32 it was, or 30.
30, I thought.
Yeah, 30 was the record apparently. Very cool. So what are you all up to next? Everybody give me a perception check real quick.
Are we being followed?
Mm-hmm. Are you?
I feel like I'm always watching.
I'm not. I'm getting into hype in the crowd.
28.
Ooh, nice. Cool. Cool. As you are all kind of walking around, kind of checking things out, Adis, you do notice that there seems to be like a figure just kind of like watching Defect throw this stone like very intensely.
Is it just like a mysterious hooded figure, or is it like a figure that's wearing normal clothes? Like I can see their
I mean,
face.
they've got a cloak on,
Of course they do.
but the hood isn't up. They just have like kind of short, kind of like mid-length hair. You can't see too much from this particular direction. Like you could try to get a look at their face.
Yeah, I will just tell Kaylin, keep an eye on them. Give me 1 sec.
Okay.
And I stealth over to him, or in his direction.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get pretty close to him, I imagine. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you get pretty close around to them, and you look up at them, kind of off from an angle, and you can see that under their cloak is just kind of like an open, like cloth shirt thing. They have kind of gender neutral features, and they are just like staring as Defect is tossing these stones and clapping along with the crowd, but they aren't looking around at the crowd or talking to anybody else. They're just watching Defect.
Insight check before I approach.
Yeah, go for it.
Where's my... Oh, there it is. Yikes.
With a natural 1 or an 11, you just get a sense that they are either they've never seen anything like Defect before, which who has, or they're very impressed with his strength, which who wouldn't be. Like you don't get any like ulterior motive or nothing sinister about the watching. You just know that it's like intense.
I go over to him still and just quite impressive, isn't he?
And the face looks at you, and he just looks at you real quick, and then back to Defect, kind of nodding in agreement,
Yeah, he's
clapping as the stone is thrown.
certainly one of a kind. Very interesting looking and very strong.
Figure nods again.
I'm Adis. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Sorry, I'm distracted.
No. It's understandable and fine. He is unique.
Yes.
This
He
is so
is.
suspicious. So how are you enjoying the festival?
I have never been before.
Me either. This is I've only been here for about a couple weeks.
I have just arrived.
From where?
Home.
Where's home?
Oh, far away.
I don't like this.
Sorry, I'm I don't mean to be rude, but he is very strong.
He is indeed. You should have seen him when he fought Dragon and a Kraken and the Hags
Uh,
and everything else.
Face turns with an eyebrow. He fought all those?
Yes. He's quite an accomplished fighter.
The head
Anger issues, but we'll work on those.
head nods. Very impressive.
Yes. Do they look human, or is there like?
They do look human. They just appear to either present no particular gender or to like, but they do appear to have human features.
Mm-hmm. God, do I have anything for this?
Yeah. But as soon as you stop talking, they look back towards Defect, who's like in the process of like, should I go for 3? And they're like, yeah.
Right. Well, because I mean, it doesn't say it requires any. Yeah, it doesn't say. I'm gonna use Primeval Awareness.
Okay.
Because it doesn't say it has any vocal, somatic, or any components to it.
Yeah, I don't think it does. I think you can just like focus and like
Yeah.
radar ping. So that's everything except what? It does Fey, Fiends.
Aberration, Celestial, Dragons, Elementals, Fey, Fiends, and Undead.
Cool. You taste bitterness and ash at the back of your throat, which you know to be fiendish. You also taste or feel effervescence on your tongue, which you know is Fey. Does it detect celestials?
Yes.
You also smell like fresh cut grass and lemon, which you know signifies celestial.
Interesting.
Within a mile of you.
Right. Can I? I feel like this person might be Fey. Is there any like check I can do on them? Because they are a favorite enemy.
You can make an insight check. Roll the 2 die. If it is Fey, I will consider it advantage, but I'm not going to tell you if it is or not.
Okay. Because something's suspicious and I don't like it. Yeah.
Of course.
You do not think this individual is Fey. You think that they are, or well, it appears to you that they are fascinated with Defect as a specimen. Like, as a specimen of entity, like, he's impressive. Like, there's no denying the Defect is very impressive. And this individual seems enraptured by that impressivity. Which is not a word, but I said it anyway.
The word now.
Dear Websters, I expect royalties.
Right. May I, well, it was nice chatting with you. May I have your name?
It was nice. You may call me Amber.
Alright, Amber. Adis. Good to meet you.
You as well. Enjoy the festival.
Thank you. I will walk back into the crowd and then, like, kind of once I disappear a little bit, but I can still see them, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay, cool.
At 2nd level, so it lasts for 2 hours, I think.
Right. Cool.
I think that's how it works. I know upgrades in time length.
All right. Yeah, you can easily cast it, and the little red dot appears on the back of their head.
Oh, it says when you cast it using a spell slot or third or fourth level, you can make it last for 8 hours, but I only have second. Would that make it 2 hours, or
Oh
can I
no,
not do that?
it's just a regular hour then.
That's so stupid. Just skips 2 spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
Then I
You make your way back to the group and Kalen just as Defect is coming out from throwing his third stone. But you have a bead on Amber, uh, which I just realized is actually one of the players' real names.
Yep. I'm like, where? I'm right here. What?
Amber, stop being suspicious.
I am super sus. Have you ever played Among Us with me? No, you haven't. Super sus.
Everybody in that game is super sus to me.
It's just also sus. There's
It
freaky,
is.
man.
It is. I saw the vent. All right.
It was the vent. It had to be the vent. It was you. I didn't see you the whole time.
But yeah, Grig is still up on Kalen's shoulders. Defect is coming out, and you rejoin the group, and Spoot is there, like happily clapping along. Spoot is also like kind of eyeing in a direction, seeing perhaps some victuals for sale that smell particularly tasty and fish-like.
What are you looking at, Spoot? You want to go? You want to get that? What?
I smell fish.
Oh.
You smell
Okay.
fish. Where are you from, Spook?
Georgia.
Just got off the boat.
Right.
Uh,
Oh, fish. You do like to talk about fish a lot. I guess we could get some.
I do.
Did you eat some
Yeah.
of the kraken? Did that taste good?
We should go get some fish. And Spoot just kind of starts walking in the direction that he is smelling fish.
All right.
Do you all follow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Indeed, you find that there are multiple vendors over here. There are a couple people hawking like grilled fish on a stick, of different kinds. There's a woman selling what she's calling eel mash pies. And there is kind of a fancier stall a little ways down the way that is selling fancy foods of some sort, which you could investigate if you want. But
Food on a stick.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
yeah,
Actually, you
you
can.
you move up, and this little gnome is up on top of a crate behind the counter. Well, hi, welcome. What can I get you? We got red trout, we got palefish, and we got mackerel, all grilled, freshly seasoned. What do you like? What are you in the mood for? How can I serve you?
Look at Spoot.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Spoot will opt for I guess the red trout. Although mackerel
Not
is good
one
too.
of each.
You know, Spoot will get one of each, and
For-
the gnome goes, "Oh, great!" And he picks 3 freshly grilled fish sticks right off of this little like charcoal kind of hibachi style grill he's got. That'll be 5 silver for all 3. And hands it over to Spoot, who like takes it 2 in one hand and 1 in another hand and just like starts kind of like chomping on the fish, and it's gone in probably moments as Spoot devours it all.
Do I want one? Which one do I want?
Spoot is busy chewing but just kind of nods.
Oh. That one.
Which one is that one?
I don't know. I will point at the one. Amber herself doesn't really know much about fish. Whichever one looks red.
Yeah. Okay, well then that would be the red trout.
There you go.
So, okay, you want a red trout? You can have a red trout there, person. That'll be 1 silver for the red trout.
Hey, go.
Cool. Yeah. Hands you over the thing. You have a red trout on a stick. Anybody else want to try some?
No.
All right. It is.
It delicious.
It is. It's well seasoned and flavored, and it's got a very nice seasoning to it.
Defect, do you want to try some fish on a stick?
Yeah, I'll. Defect will reach out to this fish on a stick and he'll take a bite out of it.
I imagine you're
Which-
taking Greg. I didn't buy fish, so Greg.
Which
Greg
one
or
do you
Spoon.
want, or are you going to buy your own?
I will grab.
There's red trout, mackerel, and pellfish.
Let's do the red trout.
All right, you also get a red trout. That's going to be another silver.
Done.
And yeah, you take your bite of this grilled fish on a stick. It is light and flaky in texture. Like pieces of it just kind of pull off very easily. There's very small, fine bones, but they like bend and are easily mashable and chewable. They don't get stuck in your throat or anything. And you eat it. The flavoring is meaty and spicy, and kind of sweet. It's interesting to you, I imagine. It is overall pleasant. It's a pleasant experience.
Okay. So I actually approve of this.
Thanks.
That was
Been working on
delicious.
this recipe for 47 years. Not that the foundation day is, well, that's kind of been going on that long. It's been going on about 50 years, so I guess, yeah.
It's a long
Why
time.
only
to be
50 years?
Perfecting a fish.
Well, Fay Harbor's only really been around for 50 years, so.
Oh. I see.
They built this place during the spellstorms.
Yeah, towards the end of it.
That couldn't have been easy.
It wasn't. There was a kind of a weather person here, wizard maybe. I'm not sure, but they would, kind of give a heads up as best they could and batten down the hatches. And then about 10 years ago, they stopped spurting stuff out. So
Yeah. Interesting. Where to next, guys?
it's up to you.
Dessert.
You know that you see at this point, Kalen returns to the group. He had snuck off, and he
I
is.
didn't notice.
You noticed, but it wasn't like
Oh.
he wasn't trying to be sneaky about it. He just saw something he wanted.
Okay.
And he comes back like with a big bite out of like a pastry, like savory kind of pie. And he kind of offers you another one that he's bought, Adis.
Oh,
You'll
I was
like
gonna
it.
say I take an obnoxiously large bite out of his.
You
I'll
can
take
do
that
that.
one, I
You
guess.
you can do that too. He just kind of smiles as you do, and then holds up the second pie, like, whatever.
I'll take the second pie and start munching.
Yeah.
What was that chapel run? What's that?
Steeplechase, yeah.
Steeplechase. That sounds fun.
The pie you bit into, by the way, is eel and peas and mashed potatoes, like, and a little bit of like a white gravy in there. It is very tasty and well seasoned, actually. But-
the Tanner that doesn't like seafood just is like,
Fair enough.
Uh,
but Kalen seems to really enjoy it.
that's very different tastes.
Yep.
I-
Spits out a couple bones.
Yuck. I want dessert. I investigate for dessert.
I hand this pie to Spoot. Try this, Spoot.
Yeah, Spoot woofs it down, no problem.
I said try, but short. Uh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is
I
there-
misunderstood.
it's fine. You
He's
sweet
so
southern
happy to
boy.
have.
Uh,
I can picture Matt blushing.
so funny. God, I forget the gnome's name. Where's the pastries? Do you know any dessert booths?
Oh yeah, you can find some fried goodies down that way. Probably about like 5 minutes or so.
Pride sounds delicious.
Sweet and fried, sweet and fried, sweet and fried.
Yeah, so
No.
you all march off. And sure enough, down the way there's a couple of different like vendors selling various fried things that the equivalent of like donuts and funnel cake and
Yeah.
just like fried dough in general can be found there.
Deep fried Oreo,
There's
deep fried Pop Tart, deep fried popsicle.
no fried
Not
dough.
the popsicle.
Which you can acquire as much as you. Each like vendor is selling their wares for 1 silver. So
One of each. One of each.
great, 3 silver, and you can try all 3 things.
All right.
Wait, what was the? I'll get the donut.
All right, that's a silver. Yeah, it's just a very plain, simple like a round puffed donut that is light and airy and covered in sugar and fried goodness. It's very tasty.
Actually, I'll get 10.
Okay.
Can I get a to-go bag?
Yeah, they'll sell you 10 for gold. No problem.
Donuts. I'm just gonna carry around this large bag of donuts.
Yep. Yeah, you pile them all in. Kaylin sneaks one out in that like husband kind of like I'm sneaking, but you know what I'm doing kind of way, and just starts munching on one.
Death glare.
Meanwhile, Grig is covered in sugar.
You death glare at him. He winks at you and leans over and kisses you on the forehead, and keeps eating his donut.
It's like mid-mouthful, my donuts.
Yep.
Grig rolls their eyes at the mushy stuff, looks at Defect.
I hand Greg another donut.
And as you all like munch and walk away, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. So we will be back to find out what happens next. So we will be right back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. See you in just a moment.
snacking away as usual.
Hello, everyone. We are back. Amber is snacking away. No shame in that. It's in
As
character.
always.
It's in character right now, so it's all good. Great to see an active chat tonight. So much appreciated. Even though I know we have Sarah and Matt in the chat, but that's cool. Gotta love that. Since they can't be here, it's nice for them to show up. Dream Mephisto. I don't know.
Who the hell is he?
I don't know. Sounds like a loser.
Scrub.
For those who don't know, that's Mike. So,
Right.
so to dive back into, to dive back into it, you are walking around, just kind of hanging out, having a good time. Eventually, you walk past a square that has a very lively tune and very lively music happening in it. And Kaylin grabs Adis's hand, takes the bag of donuts out of it, thrusts it into Grig's arms,
No donuts!
and pulls Adis
Donuts.
and pulls Adis onto the dance floor and whirls him away.
You just see me like reaching for the donuts, like no.
So Kaylin whisks you off onto the dance floor, Adis.
Jesus, not the performance checks.
No, it's not a performance check at all.
Okay.
It's just a dexterity check.
Not that that's gonna be any better. At least with these rolls tonight.
You can have advantage because you're dancing with your husband.
Okay. Not that that's any better.
Luckily, Kaylin rolls a 23.
Two
So
left feet.
You're so
So-
distracted by donuts.
the fact that you rolled a 5 isn't
Shut
that
up, the donuts.
isn't that bad. You're distracted by the sudden ripping of the donuts away from you, and Kaylin just whirling you onto the dance floor. So there's a little bit of what is going on as Kaylin just like picks you up and starts leading you in a dance. Luckily, it's a very lively, like ruckus kind of dance. So the fact that you are totally unaware as to the steps or anything, and kind of very out of tune, not a problem. Kaylin more than makes up for it.
Okay.
But you just kind of blend into this crowd of dancing couples, or at least couples who are dancing. And they're just going off. All you back on the sidelines see Kaylin just whisk Adis off very unexpectedly.
Greg just gets a bag of donuts.
Yeah,
thrown
Greg,
at
the
him.
bag of donuts is like thrust inside you. It's this little like burlap, very rough burlap sack of donuts.
I ate one.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm expecting it to come back to like only 2 being left or something.
If you're lucky.
I definitely-
Also, Grig's foot is like tapping. Grig's like eating the
Wait,
donut doing
defect
this.
takes one too. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Donuts.
Yeah,
These. They're really good.
it is light, fluffy, and very sweet, and fills you with a satisfied and happy feeling. And when you're done, you kind of just want more.
The bag.
Another one?
Thanks, Greg. And I take one. Start eating it.
All right, you chomp another one down. As you finish this one, the music kind of changes into a still like upbeat but a different kind of paced song, and Kaylin keeps Adis on the dance floor. It's not quite like a waltz slow, but it's more like a tango almost.
Oh, we're getting fancy.
Except less like refined and more like barnyard tango, if that's a thing to exist.
Starting.
Go.
You know. Um,
I need that to be a new dance category
yeah.
in competitions.
As this barnyard tango kind of gets going, Defect, you feel a tap on your shoulder.
I look to the other side, knowing that's the oldest trick in the book.
And you see Grig down on the ground next to you munching on a donut.
But did Grig tap me on the shoulder or not?
No, you look to the shoulder opposite of where you were tapped.
Oh, okay. I guess that's not the oldest trick in the book. I turn to my other shoulder.
You see an individual standing there, like pretty tall for a human. They do not appear to present any sort of gender. But they have kind of like mid-length hair, kind of a blonde, blue eyes, tanned skin, like they've been out in the sun. Hello, you were throwing rocks, weren't you?
I threw 3 rocks.
It was very impressive. You are very strong.
I am very strong.
And they kind of look at the dance floor. Are you agile as well?
Oh.
Does Grig notice any of this?
What is Grig doing?
Grig is in the bag of donuts.
Grig, roll a perception check at disadvantage because you are devouring the bag of
I'm
donuts.
devouring donuts.
That's
14.
not bad.
With a 14, you just are aware that Defect is talking to somebody else, but whatever. Human.
Wiggling and eating.
I have never danced before.
Are you afraid to try?
I do not know the meaning of that word. And the effect will start going out onto the dance floor.
They accompany you.
Oh, yeah, sure. Please. But like he doesn't know like the etiquette of it, so he just like walks away from this person and just like goes out into the dance floor.
You think you
But
walk
the-
away from this person, but they are like right next to you the entire time. And they grab you as one of the partners in the dance does and sort of just kind of leads you through the steps. Go ahead, make a dexterity check for me.
Nope.
Yeah, with a 6, you don't know the steps, but they seem very lithe and limber, and they are able to guide you along so you don't trip and fall over anybody.
I have this hunter's marked as well.
Yeah, you know exactly where this person is. Although the end of your spell is coming up fairly soon by this point.
But is it the same person? Or
Well, you don't know. You didn't know anything about that other person. But
Because you just,
Adis,
like-
you do feel the target of your hunter's mark very close, like within 30 feet of you.
I
So,
would like to look around.
Make a perception check at disadvantage because Kaylin is also like whirling you around the dance floor.
Yes.
With a 20, yeah, you spot Defect dancing with the individual who you talked to at the rock throwing competition.
I know the end of my spell's coming, right?
Yeah, you figure you've got maybe like 10 minutes left.
All right, I'm gonna hit him with it again.
Okay. There it is.
And just like, kind of like, not slow the dance down, but like, look at Kaylin. That person was watching Defect throw rocks earlier very intently. Kind of it's weird, but now they're dancing with Defect.
Well, Defect is well put together.
That's a very interesting choice of words.
Well, isn't he made of a bunch of rocks and trees and stuff?
Oh, you mean crafted? Yes, I thought you meant emotionally.
Well, I don't know him that well, but
No,
he
I just
he seems pretty solid.
yeah, but I felt Fey fiends and Celestials. I just this person's very odd.
Honey, have you seen your friends?
Odd, like something is off. I think, but just wanna keep an
Well,
eye on them.
well, I don't think Defect is going to get hurt on a dance floor in front of the entire city.
No, but I mean, have I felt this mark following us the whole time?
It's always been within like 100 feet of you.
Okay. Well, they've been. I don't know. I feel like they've been following us. I want to keep a
Well, maybe
eye
they
on it.
just like Defect. I mean, I followed you for a week before I said hi.
That's creepy.
Not really. I just saw you at training one day and I was like, who is that? I asked around and boom.
Okay. Cute. Rope. I'm worried about my friends, just because it's Defect also doesn't have full grasps on social encounters.
He smiles in understanding and nods and just kind of leans in and kisses you a little bit and says, it's good that you care about your friends. You should. It's good. I
Thanks.
didn't care about the people around me for a long time, so.
I mean, I have to, because I mean we're traveling a lot and going against a lot. So
Well, we'll keep an eye on him, and if he needs our help with anything, we'll be there. It'll be fine.
okay. I didn't say anything to Greg or Spoot. I feel like I should have.
Why bother anybody with a harmless festival crush?
Because not many random strangers have been harmless in our experience.
Well,
There's that one man that
You've-
feeds us randomly on the side of the road that we bumped into twice, but other people not so much.
yeah, you're gonna have to tell me more about that at some point.
Which one? The one on the side of the road?
Yeah, you've only mentioned it a little bit, but we can talk about it later.
Yeah,
Now,
the last
will
time we
you
met him was in
stop-
the desert.
Yeah, you said that. Will you stop fretting and enjoy dancing?
Have I ever stopped fretting?
No, but it's a cute time to start, don't you think?
I will give it a try.
That's all I ask. And he kisses you again and off on the dance floor.
I also look to see if I can see how many donuts are left in the bag.
Roll a d6 for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say how many were there to begin with.
Go ahead, roll that d6, Adis.
Oh, I thought it was Amber rolling it because she's eating the.
Yeah, Grig is eating it, but they're your donuts, so. Grig has eaten 5 of your donuts.
Oh,
There-
snap.
You just see like a single tear just like go down Adis's chin.
Yeah. Which means
Donut.
I have 4 left. Oh wait, Defect ate 2.
there is 1 donut left in the bag, you figure.
Does Spoot intervene? Grig is like exciting. It was
Actually-
unconscious for a while,
Actually,
and then I reached in and like didn't feel one, and I was like, oh.
yeah, you see there's 1 donut left in the bottom of the bag.
Greg does a willpower save.
Right. How do I
Will
do
save.
that?
Spoot hands you a little pie that he has. He seems to have like a stack of like 3 pies. He hands one to
Is
you.
it sweet?
Is it eel?
Reach and sniff.
It
Bite.
smells savory, and it tastes of eel and mashed potatoes and peas and gravy.
I hand it back.
He shrugs and just kind of puts it back on the stack of like 3 pies. And
And then, without interruption, Grig saves the donut, puts it in the bag, and is like, "Where'd Defect go?"
yeah, you look out onto the dance floor and you see Defect be kind of dancing Baron Zemo style with
Not
this
that.
with this kind of mid blonde hair length human person.
Grig wants to sneak onto the dance floor.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to need a stealth roll and a dexterity check.
Okay. And a dexterity.
Yes, Greg.
All right, so with an 18 stealth and a 20 dexterity, you are able to nimbly move your way through people without being seen. You're significantly smaller than most of the dancers. You're like hiding behind them as they twirl and turn, and you're able to work your way right up to Defect, to like overhear their conversation.
Exactly.
Defect, the person dancing with you,
Right.
is like talking to you over the music and all the stuff. What is your name?
I like to imagine that Defect is like just staring down at his feet and just like looking at her, being like, "It's Defect."
That is an interesting name. Are you from Fay Harbor, Defect?
I don't know where I'm from.
What do you mean?
Washed up on the shore.
Of here?
No. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the town it came from.
Winton.
Thank you. Greg says.
Could you imagine?
I might. Grig might be like, Winton. We met there.
You swear you hear the name as you're like, what was that town? Oh, right, of course. Thank you.
That town.
We met me there. We're best friends.
Greg's already forgotten.
You don't know where you came from or who you really are?
At that point, I'll look up at this mystery person and say, "I am Defect." That is all I need to know. And go right back into like this awkward dancing, just like.
Oh my god.
They kind of process that declaration for a moment. But aren't you curious about your past?
I am always curious. Yes.
What if
But,
somebody knew something?
I'm sorry, but I'll add also that my search has so far been fruitless.
There are not others like you here?
If there were, I have not met them.
I am sorry you have been alone.
I am not alone. I'm with Greg. Do I sense Greg by me, by the way? Can I like point to Greg and be like, "See? Greg."
Make a perception check at disadvantage.
All right. Perception. Okay. All right. 16.
With a 16, you look around very intensely, but you don't notice Greg anywhere.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. So I point to a spot where I think Greg would be, but Greg's not there. I'm like, oh, well, Greg would usually be there, but they are not. But I am not alone.
But there are no others like you.
No.
Do you really feel good with the ones who you travel with who are not like you? Wouldn't you like to know others like you?
With this more increased questioning, Defect will sort of slow down his dancing
Okay.
and look up and ask, "Do you know something? Do you know where I'm from? Or know something of me?"
I know you are strong. You threw those rocks very far.
3 rocks.
Yes. It was most impressive.
I don't know anything in my life before washing up on that shore. All I know is what I have now.
And you like
And
it.
for now, that is enough.
And you like it.
Defect, as he's arm pumping, thinks about the question. Not that I don't like it, it's just that I have to live with it.
I understand.
I
All of us have to live with things that just are at times. I think that is life.
and again, all of a sudden, all this questioning and making him think more about himself versus the dancing makes him slow down and everything. And now he wants to know about this person. So he'll ask, "Who are you?
I am Amber.
And where are you from, Amber?"
Far away. This is my first time here in Fay Harbor.
"But do you know where you're from?"
Yes. That makes me sad that you don't. Everyone should know where they are from. Don't you think? Your friends must all know where they're from.
"They do, yes."
I would wish that for you.
"I appreciate that, Amber."
They just kind of smile and keep dancing with you.
Yeah, and again, Defects, when he first entered the dance floor versus now, it's changed, and in the intensity of how hard he's trying to dance, and now he's trying to figure out what's happening here on the dance floor. In
Okay.
fact, people say, "Is this what usually happens on the dance floor?" Intensive questioning.
I think making conversation is normal when you just meet someone interesting.
I have not done this on the dance floor, though.
Yes,
Is this normal?
you said you had not danced. That does not mean that I have not.
You may not know this, but this is the first time I am dancing.
Yes, you said. That is
Without
why
any-
that is why I am telling you that conversation happens when you dance.
I want to scan the room and do I hear other people talking and chatting as they're dancing?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you do. There are people laughing and dancing. Some people are singing kind of nonsense words around the edge of the crowd. You can hear conversation over and under the music as you twirl people and people dance around you.
How long is the song though?
I mean,
No.
you don't know, but like, it's probably coming to an end. It's been going for a few minutes.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I don't know. Defect is sort of at a loss at the moment, and
Mm-hmm.
just between her questioning, and his dance moves. He's gonna also scan the room and see if he can find any of his group.
Yeah, make a perception check.
All right, 18.
Yeah, with an 18, you see Spoot on the corner, kind of just watching the dancing, munching on a stack of those pastry pies that he bought. He's got like another 2 left in the stack. They're not like very big. They're just like, maybe like the size of like a silver dollar pancake kind of size. They're not very large.
Right.
But he's just munching on those. You see Adis and Kaylin dancing on the other side of the square, much more eloquently than you are. Kaylin definitely leading the dance. And you swear for an instant, Adis almost looks like he relaxes and puts his head on Kaylin's chest, but then it's you like blink and missed it. It's Adis is back to himself. It was weird. And you kind of like look behind you and you notice Grig is like 2 feet behind you, next to another couple that's like dancing in place together. Just like looking at you.
Wiggling and looking. Blending in.
And as you take all this in, there's like a big crescendo in the music, and the players stop playing, and everybody like claps for the music. And Amber looks at you. This was fun. It was good to meet you. I hope we get to dance again. And they kind of come in and give you a kiss on the cheek, and then they turn around and start walking towards the edge of the dance floor.
I've never thought about how Defect would react to a kiss on the cheek.
That's
I mean, it happened.
It happened. It's now just a matter of processing it. So.
Yeah, being that they were slightly above average height, they did have to kind of like put their hands on your shoulders and kind of reach up to get there. But hey, man,
You know what's funny is that this sort of happened to me in real life. Like just the same, like sort of like, what do I do now? Kind of thought process like happened. So
I mean, how's the Wi-Fi signal for Defect right now?
to my friends and being like, you guys won't believe this. So that's what Defect will do. Defect will kind of find all his friends again and be like, you won't believe what just happened.
Well, Grig is already scampering to you, like, what was that?
That was Amber. And Amber had been asking me questions throughout the dance. Is that normal?
I don't know, I've never danced.
I never danced either, and I thought it was with the hands, not so much with the feet, but more with the hands.
Yeah, I mean, other people were moving around, you were moving around.
All right, I'm sorry. I know I went up to Greg first, but like, is Adis and Spoot nearby?
Yes, Spoot is on the edge of the dance floor. You could easily walk that direction. And it seems like the band is like in the process of like switching. So it's going to be a few minutes before the music takes up. So you can see that Adis and Kaylin are also heading towards Spoot and his ever decreasing stack of eel pies.
So yes, I'll start with Grig, and then as other people join, I'll quickly rehash what happened. And if Adis wants to tell me something,
Hint, hint.
I got my hands on my hips, man. You want to say something? You want to? This is Mike saying.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about, Defect? So Defect, I see you met Amber.
You know Amber?
Not really. They were watching you throw the rocks. A little oddly, but then they've been following us for a little bit. Given that some distance, but seems as soon as I walked away, they came to approach you. Greg, where's my donuts?
Here you go.
The bag is noticeably lighter when it is held back to you.
Greg.
What?
You're
You
supposed
gave
to
me
hold
one
them.
earlier.
I gave you one!
Yeah.
One
Wait.
bag.
You're supposed to just hold it!
Well, you didn't say anything, and you don't want them to get stale.
Kaylin kind of chuckles and is like, I'll buy you another bunch of donuts. It's okay.
Okay.
I didn't eat them all. Defect had to.
Defect!
But that's my 2 against her 8.
She had 5.
That's what she wants you to think.
Well, anyway, I recast my spell on Amber, so I know where she is.
Yeah,
But
she was asking you a lot of questions. Do you
Was
think
she?
she knew anything?
They,
Can
actually.
They, yes. I just,
well, I mean, we didn't ask their pronouns last time, so we need to make a point of that.
yes.
No, but they were not presenting a gender, so.
Right.
So,
I mean, they could still go by something else you don't know.
Yeah, you could have asked, but no one did. So we're going with they for the time being.
so Amber had asked me deep questions about where I am from, about my past, and she was very interested in that. Is that normal for a first dance?
No. I mean,
Yes.
you are very unique. Yes?
Honey, that is exactly the kind of thing
Mom and Dad are
you
fighting.
ask when you're interested in someone you don't know.
Where you're from, and all, like, I don't know.
They asked about feelings, a lot about feelings. Sorry, Defect. I was listening. I was worried.
Have
Did
you never had a
Your feet.
have you never experienced a crush before? I mean, before we started dating, you must have dated other people.
No,
Oh.
I don't remember.
Oh. Well, normally when people see someone they're attracted to or interested in, they will approach them and begin conversation to get to know them. And sometimes there's dancing involved and sometimes there isn't. There's no set of rules about it. But if
These are some
people,
personal questions.
where he's from and what his name is, I mean, those are very
Yeah,
normal
And
questions.
how he feels, and whether he likes the people that he travels with. I think they were trying to get Defect to leave us.
They're also very dodgy when you ask them questions. Very dodgy.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't speak to them, but it seems innocent enough to me.
All right. Well, you are the more trusting one out of both of us.
Believe it or not, that's not actually true anymore. Maybe just finding you again is lighten me up a little bit.
Fair. But I don't know. This person still rubbed me the wrong way.
If you're gonna start doing
and
stuff,
I-
Defect,
And I respect that. And that's why I said we'll keep an eye on things.
Okay.
But Defect, you seem completely unharmed.
Do my legs hurt from all the dancing?
No.
Just making sure. Um, And do I see Amber anywhere in the crowd right now?
Make a perception check.
Nope. Not with a 7.
Yeah, no. You don't see them anywhere.
They're over there, and I point the direction my spell is.
Yeah. Which, Adis, by the way, you feel your spell break. Like, well before it should have run out.
Like just now?
Mm-hmm. After you point. Like, about 12 to 15 seconds after you point, you feel your spell break.
That my spell's gone.
what?
My spell broke.
That's not normal. That's normal. What?
It's not. Time hasn't run out yet.
Do you think they broke it?
I don't know.
Does it break when you go through a portal?
I'm gonna use Portal Sense.
Nothing.
I'm gonna use Primeval Awareness.
You get that lemony grass scent of Celestial, and you get the ashy, kind of charry flavor on the back of your tongue that is fiendish.
Uh-huh. No effervescence.
Not at this moment, not in your current location.
Is the city bigger than a mile?
Yes.
Okay. I felt Faye earlier, but I don't feel them anymore.
What do you feel? Anything?
Just fiends and celestials.
Wait, what now? That's a thing?
That
Yeah.
doesn't sound good.
I said this to you while we were dancing.
I know, but that was somewhere else, and now you're saying that they're still... Well,
They're within a mile of me.
I mean, it's possible that, like, someone's got a pet or something from somewhere. The Red Crows would occasionally deal with people looking to purchase imps or other low-level fiendish creatures. I don't know much about Celestials, but...
I mean, I'm guessing it's because that priestess was going around. But I felt the Fae. Now the Fae is gone. But also my spell just broke that I had on that one person. Do I remember Fae being dodgy with questions?
Make a history check at advantage.
History. 13. Thank God.
So what you do remember is that Fae, especially powerful Fae, tend to be very careful with their word choice and won't tell a truth what an obfuscation will do.
Mm-hmm.
And questions can potentially pose a lot of power with Fae.
Right. I know that part, or at least Tanner does. But I'm like,
Mhm. Yeah, you don't remember quite enough to be sure if like they just hate answering questions or if they like tend to not to, but you know that there are powers, like there is power in questions for a Fae.
I mean, I know the name one fucked me over so many times in the past. Uh, yeah, with how they answered questions, just something doesn't feel right. Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
Well, hopefully, if I see him again, I'm gonna have to speak with them a little bit more. I want answers, even though Faye don't like to give those.
Mhm. Mhm. Cool. The music begins to pick up again. It seems the new band is starting up again. And there's actually like someone singing and doing vocals this time, kind of through like this round megaphone type of deal, just kind of like shouting out. And people are joining in, and it's a very like foot stamping, kind of like square dancing thing going on. So it's pretty loud, like right next to you. But where would you all like to go next?
I want my donuts back.
You easily find a donut seller, and Kaylin spends a gold and buys you a set of 10 donuts, or a dozen donuts
Yes.
actually. So
Yes. I like hold my donuts, make sure they're like away from Greg as I'm eating them.
Kaylin laughs and just kind of pats your back.
My donut. As I'm chewing.
Yep. You notice Kaylin has bought himself a funnel cake, so he's enjoying that.
Rick is
He'll
glued.
give you a bite.
Yeah, I take a bite of his funnel cake. What's mine is mine, and what's his is mine. With food.
That's what I agreed to in the marriage, so I'm pretty sure you put it in our vows.
Yeah.
I think so. I like to eat, sue me.
You need all the energy you can for all that wood traipsing you do.
Wood traipsing.
That was an unintentional double entendre. I literally just meant because you go walk and patrol through the woods, and then I realized what I said, and it was like, ooh, oopsie.
Yikes. Oh god. I mean, yeah, and I mean, I get hungry after all of the places we go as well. And donuts are a nice change from wild game. So,
Makes sense to me.
nothing against Spoot's cooking.
Spoot, meanwhile, is finishing off the last of his pies at this point in time.
You never eat that much when we're traveling. You're just like binging because we're in town?
Well, we don't have these when we travel.
Well, sure, but like don't you need a lot of sustenance, or do you not? You just need a normal amount and you're just like gonna have a stomachache later?
Mm-hmm. Spoot
I'm
kind of
probably gonna
shrugs his
have a
shoulders.
stomachache.
He licks his claws clean of any like pastry flakes, and just kind of looks around as you all try to figure out what your next plan of attack is going to be in this festival environ that you find yourselves.
I want to do the steeplechase, but I don't trust anybody with my donuts.
Okay.
Then you can eat them on the way.
I hope I can finish all of them on the way.
Yeah.
Not
Go
my
I'm
ahead.
just gonna be looking behind them constantly.
Okay, great. Grig, go ahead, make a perception check. And Adis, go ahead, make an investigation check with advantage, because I'm assuming everybody is helping you.
For the person?
I thought you were looking for the steeplechase.
I'm looking
Oh,
for the
yeah.
person.
Okay. Oh, and my
Cool.
camera just crashed.
Sad. It was doing so well.
I know. 8.
Cool. Well, you had advantage because Kaylin and your
Oh.
friends were also asking around for the steeplechase. So you get directions to it after a little while. You don't have much time to get to it, though. Like, it seems like it's going to happen pretty soon. So you've got to kind of hustle along. Greg, with a 19 perception check to look around for this amber person, you don't see them anywhere.
Super suspicious.
They're not anywhere around. They're not here.
Yeah.
So Adis, you and your group just kind of hustle along. You all run over to the steeplechase, where you can enter it.
Yes, I enter.
Yeah. It's a 5 copper entry fee, and then anyone who wants to can enter.
Not the copper.
Yeah, the copper.
I don't want to make conversions.
Quick, pay out the copper. I mean, Kaylin will run too, so you could pay for Kaylin and just pay a silver.
Okay,
If that makes your life easier.
that's fine.
Just like a 2-person team event thing, or
Nope, free for all.
free for all?
Does Defect want to run too?
Yeah, Defect is in a spirit of competition, so
Greg, do you want to run? As I'm eating a donut.
Ow.
Carb
I'll
loading.
sit over here with Spook.
Yes.
Okay.
Spoot, here's the donuts. I trust you with them. I trust you with my life. And I hand him
okay.
the donuts.
Yeah, Spoot takes the bag and just puts it in the net on his back.
That's probably not safe from Greg's mage hand.
So there's a little like trumpet horn blast, and the steeplechase is about to begin. So everybody, go ahead, get set, and everybody roll a d20 for me.
I was gonna say I pat myself and long strider myself
Okay,
before we enter.
you can roll a d4 as well then.
Woohoo.
So great.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Nimble is my thing.
yeah, Adis, you take off at the sound of the trumpet that signals the start. There's one person kind of hot on your tail, but otherwise, like, it's a big clump in the middle, and then like 2 people lagging behind. But you're all running, and you make it to the first checkpoint, which is this like building that has like a fish sign, and it's decorated with a big arrow to like turn left down the next street. So everybody go ahead, roll another d20. You can add your d4 from your long strider. Great. Cool. Yeah, Adis, you turn around, and as you kind of like turn your head to check on people behind you, you see Kalen like just bite it, like he trips, and you instinctually kind of like stop for a moment to like go check on him, but you see that he's getting up and kind of resumes. So he's trailing, but in doing so, you've kind of made yourself into the middle of the pack now. So there's like a group in front and kind of a group in back. But you're on to the next checkpoint. You see a steeple of a small shrine of some sort. Everybody go ahead, make another roll. Cool. So,
Damn, Adis.
wow. Yeah, so Kaylin like catches up to the trailers. Adis, this is a longer race than you thought it was going to be. and it's
I wanna
getting to
cheat
you,
so bad.
and you start falling behind. And defect, like, it's very like windy, so like the nimble thing is not really helping you out here. You're a powerhouse, but
Yeah.
um, but then like one person just like pulls away at the last bit and makes it to the shrine, and you hear a bell gong, and the steeplechase is over. Um, Unfortunately, none of the three of you placed, but you all like do cross the finish line together.
I really wanted to Misty Step twice. I didn't know how accepted that would be.
You may have been disqualified for that.
Just a little disqualification.
But well done. Yeah, you all there's big like celebrations. You see that the individual who won, this human man who won, very like thin, kind of long legs. It's not surprising that he won, given the shape his body seems to be in. Is given a bouquet of flowers that look very pretty, as well as a little medallion that has the symbol of Arathis on it. And everybody claps and cheers like, yay, he won a thing. Good job. Woo. But yeah, it's starting to get late afternoon. You figure you can maybe do one or two more things depending. So what would you like to do on this glorious Foundation Day?
What are the other options?
Wasn't there Fight Club?
There's a
There,
fight. Was there a fight contest?
there is a sparring ring and a wrestling kind of deal. So like those are two options that you could do. There's the Living Tower.
That's
There's like vendors selling random stuff that you could check out. There's like midway, fairway kind of games like dart throwing, bell ringing, etc.
I want to watch Defect wrestle and spar while I eat my donuts.
Let's do it.
Great. Greg is down.
Cool. Yeah, make an investigation check then, at advantage, just to find your way around.
Me or Adis or anyone?
You, because you're the one looking for the ring.
Oh, nice. Yeah, investigation.
With a 21, you find the sparring ring
I know
really
this.
easily.
Yep.
He can smell the sparring ring.
Yeah, and like everybody's got like these straw padded like cushions on them, and you know, like it's obviously like not meant to like destroy people. It's just meant like it's essentially the first person to like fall down is the one who is declared the loser of the particular match. But yeah, you can get in line, hop in. They'll set you into the winner of the next bout. They put the pads on you, which kind of mostly fit. And then you enter, and the crowd is like all cheering, and everybody's like having a good time. So go ahead. The bell rings. Make a strength check for me. You're fighting a kind of like burly human. He's got like a big beer belly, but he's also like got like arms that are like as big as his thighs. Like he's weirdly proportioned, but like.
All right. Oh, all right. Not the best. 12.
Yeah. So he's got a +4 to his strength.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're going at it, and it seems like you're winning. Actually, you rolled an 11.
Okay. I'll take them.
Yeah, so you're like pounding on him, and he's like blocking you, but you're still getting a few past. Go ahead, do it again.
Mm.
Okay,
And what happened?
with a natural 1, he rolled a 23. He comes back with a vengeance and just starts like kidney shotting you, punching you like in very painful places, and you can't block any of them. It seems like he's got this ridiculous speed all of a sudden, and you're just taking it. I need one more because you rolled a nat 1. It's going to be a disadvantage for you.
Oh, are you sure about that?
Yep.
13.
Yeah, with a 13, like you recover a little bit and you're blocking and you're swinging out at him, but he's blocking everything you got, and he wheels back and like one punch as like a glancing kind of brief, like right to the jaw, kind of like glass maker. I don't know boxing terms. But you kind of like do the spin in place thing and poof, fall down, and before you realize it, you're on the ground and you manage to get yourself up. The crowd is cheering, and someone has come up and raised up the guy's hand, and as you're like struggling to get up, he reaches down and helps you to your feet. He rolled a 22, by the way, so
Yeah, that
Okay,
naturally killed me. I mean, I know he's being very polite, but in Defect's experience in the fighting pits, he would not accept the man's hand standing up. Nothing against him, just not the way he was taught to
cool.
act in fighting pits.
All right, yeah, you get yourself back up, kind of injured pride a little bit maybe, but the crowd like still cheers for you because he holds up your hand after the crowd has cheered for him, and he kind of like pats you on the back and says, "Good fight, that was fun. You're a tough bloke."
Again, they're like which is super weird for Defect because in a fighting pits they wouldn't be so polite afterwards. So like for someone to come up afterwards, be like, "Hey man, good match," you know,
Yeah.
like, that puts him off completely. He's very like on a defensive side, so like he's very speechless during all of this.
Yeah, it seems like everybody is just here to have fun and like laud the contest itself more than anything else.
But I mean, with that sad performance, I will leave the ring.
All right. Yeah, it seems like they're going to get ready for the next bout. They like clean things up and like put hay into different places around the outside of the ring. You figure you have time for maybe another event or maybe some games. What do y'all want to do?
I'll go throw some darts. Also, Adis, did you see Amber anywhere?
Have I seen Amber?
Make a perception check.
I don't trust this, so 18. I'm in these donuts.
Yeah, you look around while munching on delicious donuts, and you do not see any shape or form that looks like Amber. You don't see them anywhere.
No, I don't see them yet. But, I mean, if they end up being Fae, then they could look like whatever they want to.
Yeah, but didn't you say Fae were gone? You didn't feel them anymore last time, so it's either Celestial or Fiend, neither of which sounds like a good idea. Not that I really know anything about either one, but, anything that's not, like, normal.
I mean, I'm sure the Celestial is just the priestess doing her thing. Because she seemed to... Or, no, wait, I wasn't there for that.
No.
No, but
I'd be worried.
you could have heard like talk of like the blessing of the wall and that kind of thing. Like that's
Okay.
fine.
She might have just been like evoking some sort of celestial powers or spirits onto the
But I
walls.
thought it was
don't know.
creatures and stuff.
I mean, if she's conjuring them, or someone else in one of the temples, possibly.
Mm.
I can't pinpoint a location. I just know that they're within a mile.
Hey.
As you were talking, Adis, you do notice something out of the corner of your eye. You see like a very well-dressed tiefling woman walk by, and you can see she's got a little like raven or owl or some sort of bird on her shoulder.
Hmm. Even that bird could be a fiend. Or a
What?
celestial.
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
That's how
I
this
thought
shit
fiends
works.
were like creepy looking. Wouldn't that person be a fiend? I don't know that I've ever seen a tiefling. I don't know. Are there
Not if
tieflings
it's
in One Piece?
magic.
You have seen a tiefling, yes, you
Okay.
definitely have. Conjure, the magical component seller
that's
here
right,
in
that's
Fey
right.
Harbor, is a tiefling.
That's right.
I mean, if they summon them, it's not necessarily just an animal, so it's something else.
Weird.
Magic is weird.
Yeah. All right. Maybe we just get Defect into something. He looks kind of sad.
Defect, you want a donut?
Defect reaches his hand in and like grabs like 5 donuts in one hand, and just like
Oh, no.
shoves it in his mouth.
Oh
Like,
no.
Now Adis just looks at Defect just like heartbroken. Just like, his face is
You've
just like
created
destroyed.
a monster. Defect is gonna start eating his
Defect,
feelings.
I want you to make a wisdom saving throw.
What?
I want you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
As you gloomily just like eat this handful of donuts, and Adis looks at you with just this heartbroken, how could you betray me like this kind of look.
Wait, am I making that saving throw? Or?
Yes, you,
Oh,
Defect, make a wisdom saving throw.
7. I'm still sad.
So not only are you sad because you lost, but you register the pain and anguish and betrayal in Adis's eyes, and you feel even worse because you realize you like don't normally eat, but you just ate like half of his fucking donuts.
I am one more bad roll away from like doing some ugly crying and running away from all this.
This was supposed to be the fun party episode, but okay.
They keep taking my donuts.
He's getting sad. and,
Apparently we're
like,
going
donuts.
emo high school crisis on this shit.
Oh,
So
no.
whatever.
Adis's eyeliner's just running down his cheeks.
Oh, just ruined his makeup.
Yeah. No, it's waterproof. We've been over this.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Oh right, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
even waterproof runs after a while.
And he was working up a sweat dancing with his husband, so like
There you go.
it's not much, but it is just a little streaky, right in one corner. But you figure you have maybe like chance to do like one more thing. What do you want to do?
All right, let's go throw some darts.
Cool. Easy enough to do. It's very popular. Anyone who wants to can go for it. I'm just gonna need 3 dex checks. That's it. Greg with a 19 and 2 17s. You throw your 3 darts and they all land like right in the target, and they ring a bell and they're like, "For the little goblin winner!" And you are given a little like straw stuffed like doll about yay big.
Oh, it's so cute. Defect, I won this for you.
Defect smiles. Aw.
I did it.
He takes it. He feels so good about life.
Meanwhile, Adis, emboldened
Dude.
by Grig's skill at these darts goes over, and with 2 11s and an 18, the first 2 darts miss, but the second dart lands like right in the middle of the bullseye. And they don't ring a bell, but they're like, "Hey, that was a good try. Good job. That last one."
You'd think an archer would be good at this shit.
You would.
You would think. That's not the dice say.
Yeah.
The dice say I'm terrible.
Your hands are a little shaky from all the sugar you've ingested, so.
And the crying.
And the crying.
Crying. They're sticky, honestly.
I go to like throw the dart and it just is stuck on 2 of my fingers.
Too funny.
Kaylin steps up, grabs 3 darts, poo 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 poo, 3 bullseyes, like without even missing a beat. And they give him a little like straw doll thing too, and ring the bell. And he takes the doll and like just kind of tucks it into the like V-neck of your tunic, and is like, "There you go. You can feel better now."
Thank you.
And
Like
he
licking my fingers.
and he grabs your shoulder and kisses you on the head. And the sun begins to set.
I want a drink.
Yeah, you can all head back to the above decks.
It's a whole new
I would-
latest.
I would offer you a drink, Defect, but you'll just take everything again.
Wow.
Sorry.
Adis has gone full passive aggressive at this point.
I know.
I couldn't help
What
it.
is this? Spending a few days with
no
Kaylin.
no
suddenly.
pretext.
Understanding how Adis feels about drinking, he will buy Adis a drink.
Oh.
Oh. Adis feels better now.
Well, that's good.
Whatever Adis wants. If he wants a cocktail or the strongest beer or wine.
Liquor. But, like, I think with all these donuts, I'll be good for a while. Marathon. Let's go.
Yeah, you spend you can spend however much gold you want to up at the above decks getting plastered. Are you looking to get like drunk, buzzed, or plastered?
Adis is looking to be just, like, gone from this plane of existence.
All right.
It's a celebration!
For 9 gold, you can get obliterated.
Yes.
All right.
Worth it.
Well, like, is he throwing up obliterated or just like slurring his words?
Defect, make a actually Defect and Grig, you can both make perception checks.
Yikes.
Oh, nope.
Defect, you notice that towards the end of the drinking process, Kaylin subtly begins like watering down Adis's drinks a bit, and ultimately replacing them with just water.
Right. I'll probably mention to Kaylin that it's probably time to bring Adis home.
He kind of smiles and nods, and I think you're right, Defect. Well, you all have fun, and he picks up a very like, "What's going on?" kind of Adis, and
Wait, but I didn't finish that glass.
you finished it 5 minutes ago, honey. Come on.
It's like picks it up and like does that really drunk squint at the glass.
It is empty.
Okay.
All right, don't worry. I'll get you home. It'll be fine. And he walks you out and home and puts you to bed and tucks you in, gives you a glass of water, and laments that he's going to have to deal with you in the morning.
I'm lamenting dealing with myself in the morning.
Defect, Grig, and Spoot. What levels of drunk are you looking to get tonight?
I mean,
you can abstain as well. Like it's just a matter of flavor.
drinking heavily, but he will have maybe a drink for every 2 or 3 that Grig and Spoot has.
Okay.
If they
It's gonna
even.
be like 1 because Greg is slow.
Yeah. So Greg, you spend about 2 gold on booze tonight, and Defect, you spend about 7 silver. But you head to bed, pass out, no problem. Cool. You all are in your beds, sleeping, and Defect, make a perception check at disadvantage for me.
No, not this.
Right. Okay, that's not bad. 16.
Cool. You sleep, rest fully in your rest mode, gray
I don't
mode,
like that.
whatever we're calling it. And you eventually you feel something drop into your hand.
It's Greg's dead body.
No. What do I see? What's in my hand?
You just see a small square coin, or like it looks like a square coin. As you wake up and kind of look at it, you realize it's not really a square. It's more of like a diamond shape, slightly elongated on a couple of sides. But on that coin, you see a very familiar looking symbol. It is a multi-pointed starburst.
Is it the pink one or the yellow?
And as you look at this in your hand, your eyes just kind of naturally raise up to the window. And you see a hooded figure in a brown cloak crouching on the windowsill, jump off into the night and disappear from your eyes. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
No, I knew you were going to say that. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Like 7 minutes? 12? All right. Okay.
Yeah.
My name is Mike. Thanks for watching.
I quit. No.
Yeah, that was fun, everyone. That was a fun little like decompress session from the last couple that were very action heavy. So when we come back next week, we'll have to see what y'all do next time. So how did you all like Foundation Day? Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Good.
I threw some darts. Or Defect lost a lot.
I know. Like that always seems to be the case.
Yeah.
You're a
Like
destroy combat,
right.
and then everything else is like.
Like regular fighting.
You need the stakes. The stakes
Right.
have to be there.
Yeah, like the social interaction stuff just seems to roll against you somehow.
Once the crowd was hyped,
Yeah, the crowd was all into your
you
shenanigans.
rolled great.
I mean, it really worked out for the rock house. That was the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that was very impressive.
But
Amber
yeah,
sus.
the arm wrestling, the sparring, the wrestling, did not go as I thought it would, or as I wanted it to. But also that's on par with like how Defect's life has been. Always sort of like the punching bag in the fighting pits, and still is, even though he's fought dragons and kraken and whatnot.
Yeah.
So disappointed, but also makes sense.
But also, backstory, plot hook.
Right?
I knew I didn't trust this person.
No, no trust. None at all.
What are you talking about?
Super sus. Amber sus.
Yeah, Tanner
There's one
sus.
thing I've learned in my life. It's Amber sus.
Well, true
I
as
mean,
that may
especially if you
be.
roll if you natural one an insight check on them, they're automatically suspicious no matter what.
Right.
You're going to be really disappointed when you find out that Amber really is just a person who is attracted to defect.
No, they're the hooded figure. I know it.
There's so much more to it,
Ah.
and I know it.
I mean, wouldn't that just be like an amazing red herring, though, if that's what I did?
Oh, it'd be fantastic, but oh Jesus, I would trust you even less.
Excellent.
There is no trust. It's fine.
That is the hope of every DM, that the players trust nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever trusted a DM to BH.
You must face the gazebo alone.
I mean, listen, when you're like brought up that mimic booth, that was just bad ideas all
That sounds
over it.
fun. I like that a lot.
Yeah, you would have had
Oh,
to
no,
guess
that-
the mimic.
Adis probably would do it. Tanner would still be just like anxiety ridden.
I was honestly amazed that you didn't go for it. I really thought that someone amongst you would go for the
They
mimic
said
booth.
it wasn't up this year.
I thought you said what? Yeah.
He said someone has done it in the past. You didn't investigate to see if it was still there.
Oh damn it!
You could have.
Yeah, because I thought you said it wasn't around this year, so
Yeah.
I was gonna avoid that one.
Hey, it's all good.
No. Maybe he'll still be there tomorrow.
You can certainly try. But yeah, good job, everyone. That was good. I'm glad we had fun with some dancing and some failures and some successes. It was a good time all around. So well done, everyone. Well done. Well, we'll end there. We'll end a few minutes early tonight. I'll figure out who we're gonna raid here. Let's go around and say some goodbyes. Plug anything you feel like plugging if you have a project or know of a project that's pretty cool. Go ahead and go for it. Let's start down in in that corner there with Tanner, with Adis.
Hi, I'm Tanner. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry my camera just, shit the bed again. But, yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, moving on over to Greg.
That's me. I'm Amber, the real Amber, the original. And I played Greg. And thanks for watching. I don't have anything to plug really. I'm behind on my Tales of Far Hello. I'm so sorry if you've been paying attention to that saga. Matt must still be winning.
Probably. Although he's been quite busy lately, so you may not be that far behind.
I just have to.
Wait.
I have to make time myself.
Are you the real Amber?
I
Are
am.
you? Are you
Yes.
sure?
Yes.
Only
The
one
only
way to
one that.
know.
Oh gosh, Amber sus.
Hopping up then to this corner to defect.
My name is Mike. Thank you for watching me toss rocks and dance awkwardly. Happy birthday shout out to Sarah.
Yeah.
Good call.
Happy birthday, Sarah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. We have a Packmaster's Talisman for you when you come back.
Indeed.
And I'm gonna plug in some ZZ Top because unfortunately, the guy died today.
Yeah,
Heard?
that's true.
Dusty Hill. That's it.
Yeah, Dusty
Hill.
Hill.
So plug in some ZZ Top into your Pandora stations. oh, Spotify, whatever you guys listen to, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, happy birthday, Sarah. Thank you, Fumble folks, for following us. Thank you, I've Got It, and everyone in chat for hanging out with us. I've been Jared, your Dungeon Master here on Nuuli Forged. You can find us on all social media at Nuuli Forged. You can check out old episodes of ours on Facebook. So, not on Facebook. You can catch old episodes of ours on YouTube. So check them out. Give a like, a comment, and a subscribe. Matt and I have a podcast, Mid-Level Adventurers, wherever you find your podcasts. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye, everyone.
Toodles.